Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim Awesome Naya. How are you doing? There is this video of a black woman, I think from Maryland, who traveled to Tunisia and something went sour. She was almost kidnapped. Her face wasn't, oh my God. And I really do hope she recovers quick. I wish her quick recovery. And this is also me telling my people that I don't know why all over everybody's after my people. Everybody. If you don't look like them, you are a target. And for whatever that happened, I am grateful that she is very much alive to tell her story, because this would have been a woman too. This would have been a different story altogether, because some people will tell her story. All that glitters is not gold, or all that glitters are not gold. I have an idea of what happened to her. If I feel like those people know what they know what they did. They should have video of her coming in, but they didn't show her how she left the hotel. And I am sure they took away some certain things from the room so that she can go back and forth to ask. And probably they sprayed something that she inhaled and she passed out. And they decided to take her away. Thanks to the ancestors and the universe for doing their job. Let's get into.
Did y'all hear about the girl that went to North Africa and got set up by the hotel clerk and the hotel staff to get kidnapped? Y'all look at her face. They literally attacked her. She said after a long night of clubbing, she got back to her hotel room. She forgot her key, so she went up to the clerk to ask for one. She went back to her room. She saw that there was no toilet paper. When she went back to get toilet paper, she said next thing she knows, she's waking up in the backseat of a car. She's in the backseat, absolutely freaking out, trying her best to get out. And the guy pulls over by a wooded area. He gets out the car. He starts attacking her. She starts fighting for her fucking life. After being brutalized for just trying to survive while going on vacation and make it back home safe, she ran through the wooded area. She finally found a group of people, waved them down. These people got her help. The police took her back to the hotel, and then the hotel staff forgot how to speak English. No English. They wouldn't pull any camera footage. They told her that she got snatched from the club when she did not tell them that she went to the club. Y'all comment to let me know. I think it's a big setup, and I think people need to stop traveling to these exotic areas just to be getting snatched up. Y'all be going to these places and don't realize you're an M&M and a bowl of Skittles. Everywhere has evil people that like to sell people, and when you go to a different place that you're not from, you could become more valuable to those people that like to sell people. I'm gonna shut the fuck up and let her tell her story. I would greatly appreciate it if you hit the like and follow button for me.
Y'all look at my face. I cannot believe this shit. Like, they really tried to kidnap me in Africa. And if that shit happened to me, I know it happens to other people. And I just was blessed enough to get the fuck away. But all right, so when I came out here Friday. Friday night was cool. Saturday night we went out. I'm not a party person, so like an hour into the club, I'm like, I always do this, nothing new. I'm like, all right, I'm going to the hotel. It's hella taxis outside. It's a lot of people out there. So the taxi brings me back to the hotel. I come upstairs. Well, no, I go to the front desk because I needed a key. My key, I don't know where my key was, but I went to the front desk to get a key. So they gave me a key. I come upstairs. Then I'm like, dang it, ain't no tissue. I go back downstairs. I go to the front desk. Y'all, that is the last thing I remember, being at the front desk. The next thing I remember is waking up in the back of a fucking car. I start freaking the fuck out. Like, I'm trying to get out. And once I get out, this guy, that shit is blurry. I thought the front desk, all that shit is blurry. I don't know what woke me up. I don't know what they gave me, what they did to me. I don't know. The last thing I remember is being at the lobby. So, the guy, he get out the car. We're tussling. We fucking fighting. Like, I'm fucking fighting for my life. Like, I'm really like, all I can think about was my fucking kids. Like, man, I gotta get back home to my kids. I'm really fighting for my life. Like, this nigga's punching me. Y'all can see, like, he's trying to telling me, shut up. I was not, like, giving up wasn't an option. Like, I really was fucking fighting for my life. So I managed to get away by the grace of God. I don't even know how I really got away. It's all woods. I just started running. I did not look back. I'm running fast as shit to where I can see cars and lights. I'm running fast as shit, but this shit is blurry. I don't know what they gave me or did to me. So once I get, I finally was able to wave somebody down, get some help. The taxi brought me back to the hotel, right? So, okay, y'all, I'm in the airport. So I'm going to keep talking about it, though, before I forget. So the taxi brings me back to the hotel. So I'm running in. I tell Queen, y'all, I'm with Queen, so just keep up with me. I tell Queen, I'm like, they fucking took me. She telling me I'm yelling out shit, like, I was fighting for my life. Woody. She like, you just was so, you was in distraught, like you was in shock. You was crying and all that stuff. So, she got onto, she asked in the hotel, y'all, the hotel would not show us no videos. They was not helping us. They did not call the police for me. They did not give a fuck. That's how I know the hotel has something to do with it. Because it just doesn't make sense. So, what they're saying, right? They're trying to say that I never came back to the hotel. Like, once I, like, out their words of their mouth, they said I got snatched from the club. For one, how the fuck you know I was at the club? Two, if I got snatched at the club, where in the club I have this purse, I'm recording with this phone in the club, like we're having a ball. I got this purse on and I'm recording this phone. How the fuck did my stuff get back in the room if I never came back? He keep trying to say, oh, y'all, it's just so much.
As someone who advocates for our folks and specifically Black women to travel and have paid for people to get their passports this year, we have to talk about Jamaica, a Black American woman who was recently kidnapped in Tunisia. And let me first start off by saying I am going to use Mika's name and likeness because people have been regurgitating her story without actually tagging people to the story so that people can actually follow what happened per her word. So I'm only going to do a small recap of what happened to her, but you all can tap her video in my caption and actually watch what it is that she's talking about. My video specifically is from the comments that I've seen, and I am alarmed. Jamaica states that she was out that night. She grabs a taxi. She goes back to her hotel, goes upstairs, needs something from downstairs, goes to the front desk, and cannot remember anything except for waking up inside of a trunk of a car. To which she fought her way out. She fought her actual aggressor who kidnapped her and found a road of lights with cars and was able to make it back to her hotel. She stayed at the Penthouse Suites hotels in Tunis. And as of right now, as someone who has lived in North Africa, I believe them to have been complicit in her kidnapping. The first issue that we have is that the Penthouse Suites in Tunisia, failed to provide her with actual video footage of when she came downstairs from her room when she came back from the night out. They will only show her the video of her returning to the hotel after she has fought this aggressor and gotten back to the hotel. Secondly, for everybody in her comments telling her that she is supposed to contact the U.S. Embassy, she said that she contacted the U.S. Embassy and they provided police to go to the hotel. However, as someone who has actually lived in North Africa, as someone who's lived in 5 countries outside of the United States of America, the U.S. Embassy is not going to step in until the worst has already been done. The only thing that the U.S. Embassy is set to do is to be there for diplomatic relationships. They are not going to save you when shit gets thick. At best, they may provide you with a list of local lawyers so that you may go through whatever legal system in that country they go through. And let me tell you something, in North Africa, it could take you years to sue someone or an entity. It is not the same as the United States. Lastly, I saw someone mentioning that this sister was grifting because she set up something to where she can help with her medical bills and the other varying things that she needs right now. I wouldn't care if this woman was raising money just to stay home with her 2 daughters. What is so hard with protecting Black women and supporting Black women? Why would your first inclination, after seeing someone going from this to this and this, would not have you immediately support her? With I know with a certainty, as a Black American woman who lived in North Africa, I guarantee you there's going to be more stories of people that come out that says something similar happened to them. Because the reality is she may not get international justice and nothing may ever come from whatever investigation they're claiming that they're doing, especially on a side of the world where paying the police is absolutely normal. And that's not xenophobic, it just is what it is in some places. I stand behind Jamaica. I support her, and I hope you all do too. And I hope that she exceeds this goal so that people understand, don't play with us, because we do have community and that we will support each other in a time like this. On the topic of Jamaica, the black woman who was kidnapped in Tunisia, she don't need to address this because I hope she's at home healing with her children and her loved ones. But I'm going to address some of these comments and dispel some of these myths. On one hand, I've seen a lot where people say black Americans don't travel. We don't go anywhere. Then at the same time, when we do, all of a sudden, we're going to the wrong places. Why would you go there? And everywhere that I've been in the world, traveling and living abroad as a black Muslim woman, every single place that I have gone, somebody has told me that that group of people don't like me there. Whether my blackness, my Muslimness, my womanness, every single place. And I often see places like Italy where people are like, don't ever go there. I've always had an amazing time in Italy. I lived in China, never bothered, didn't have any serious issues, but a lot of people have experienced something. This idea that you can blanket one particular place or one particular group of people, unless they're white supremacists, or isn't real, just doesn't leave room for nuance, and that contextually, everybody has a different experience. And it's interesting to me that when those Wonder Bread girls booked their flights to Tunisia instead of Tunis, France, I saw 100,000 videos following up talking about how you should stop in Tunisia. Tunisia is beautiful. Now, all of a sudden, a black woman gets online and says, with evidence, just the markings on her face alone, that she was kidnapped in Tunisia. Now, all of a sudden, oh, no, you shouldn't go there. You can be well-traveled and you can be self-aware. But wherever it is that there's bad people, something bad can happen. So with regards to Jamaica Ivy, the black woman who was kidnapped in Tunisia, I just left the Tunisian embassy in Washington, D.C. One of the things that I will never play about is black women, and I'm going to listen to black women the very first time to see what it is that happened to Jamaica, and the fact that she was able to make it home safely to her daughters, to her family, means that now is the time for us to stand up for her. I could not fathom going through something so traumatic, coming on the internet and sharing it with people to get the word out, and folks either one, dismissing it as though things like this don't happen every single day. I did not record my conversation inside the embassy because number one, this is federal grounds and it is against the law. And number two was because my goal was very simple: to get Jamaica's story told, to find whomever are the powers that be, and to ensure that either they are able to contact her or she is able to contact them, so that way she can get her story told and she can get justice. It's justice for Jamaica time. I got my Annalise Keating blazer on, and I mean business, because I am undoubtedly my sister's keeper.
I have seen at least 3 videos today of American women who were kidnapped in Morocco and Tunisia. These countries are in North Africa. Please always specify, because they said Africa. Some of them have open wounds, and I don't think it's something new. All the videos I've seen are black women. So be very careful. Arabs can be very, very racist. Be very careful. Some of you are talking to these men on TikTok live video. Before you know it, you are in their country, thinking you go and meet your sugar, whatever. Be careful. This is not the time to be trusting random people overseas. Be smart. I feel like it's something that has been happening for so many years. The shine is not always gold on the, how do we say it? The gold is not always shine on the other side. Is it gold? What gold cannot, what shines is not gold. What always, no, there's something. What shines is not always gold. How do we say that word? What shines is not gold. I forgot. What shines is, how do we say that one? That is it proverb? How do we call it? What shines is not always gold. The gold is not always shine. Oh, I forgot it.
Yeah, look at my face. I cannot believe this shit. Like, they really tried to kidnap me in Africa.
As a West African myself, if you're traveling to Africa, please book or get a trip advisor. Do not go by yourself. Some of these African countries are very dangerous and they will traffic you. I'm not gonna lie. Unless you have family in Africa, you gotta be very, very mindful that if you're going to Africa, you gotta be on your P's and Q's, because they will harass you, they will pickpocket you, they'll traffic you. And then if you're very vulnerable and you're a woman as well, they could take advantage of you as well. So keep that in mind. I'm so sorry this happened to you. Like, no one should ever go to a different continent and be brutally abused like this, like, at all. It's actually really messed up. Africa itself has a lot of beautiful countries and safe countries as well. Let me add that. But there's other countries that you gotta be very suspicious about, and you have to do your research before you go there. But that's just my thoughts on this. Let me know how you.
A black woman from Maryland was kidnapped in Tunisia last week. But her story is not an isolated incident, and what we found in our research is concerning for all black travelers. Let's talk about it. What's up, y'all? My name is Leroy. I'm the editorial media director for Culture Travels Media, where every Friday we bring you travel news with our partners at Stamped. The story is still developing, so we're going to read verbatim exactly what Mika has reported in her testimony about the incident. And then we're going to share with you what we discovered in terms of a larger pattern of kidnapping black migrants and black tourists in Tunisia. A black American woman from Montgomery County was vacationing in Tunisia with her friend Queen. Last Saturday night, after returning to her hotel from a club, she went to the lobby to get tissues. That's the last thing she remembers before waking up in the back of a car being driven by a stranger, according to Mika. Mika says she fought back, she opened the car door, screamed for help. The driver punched her repeatedly in the face, trying to silence her. But she kept thinking about her kids back home, so she kept fighting her way out. According to Mika, when her friend Queen tried to get help from the hotel staff, they walked away, told her, "This didn't happen here, we don't know what you're talking about." Fortunately, Mika has made it back home, she's with her family and she's with her kids. She has sustained black eyes and bruises all over her body. She's alive, but after this story broke, we started to do some digging, and what we found reveals something much bigger in terms of the safety for black migrants and black tourists in Tunisia. Tunisia isn't just a place where black travelers are being targeted. It's become a hotbed for human trafficking, and allegedly, Tunisian authorities are complicit. According to 3 testimonies from migrants who were rescued in the Mediterranean, Tunisian police are intercepting black African migrants, handcuffing them and driving them to the Libyan border where they're sold to militia. Listen to this. One survivor named Charlie from Cameroon said, "The Tunisian police sold us to kidnappers, Libyan bandits. The selling price was 150 dinars, approximately $25, less than the price of a goat. $25 for a human life." A woman named Ivana, 26, was living in Tunisia when police raided her home at night. She was handcuffed, driven to the desert, and handed to armed Libyan men. To get out, her sister in Cameroon went into debt to pay $690. Another woman, Aisha, 22, watched 2 of her friends die in a Libyan detention center. She was held for 8 months. When one of her friends died in her lap, she cried and was beaten for it. These aren't random incidents. This is a documented pattern. In October of 2024, the United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights raised concerns about migrants being sold by Tunisian security forces to armed groups in Libya. In January 2025, a report called State Trafficking presented evidence of systemic targeting of black migrants in Tunisia through mass raids, detention without due process, and forced transfer to Libyan traffickers. And here's what makes it worse. The European Union and Italy are funding Tunisia's border enforcement through migration deals, knowing this is happening. So when we hear about Mika, a black American woman on vacation, being drugged and almost trafficked, we have to ask ourselves, are black tourists being targeted in the same networks that are trafficking migrants? The truth is, we don't know yet, but what we do know is Tunisia is not safe for black travelers right now. Tunisia markets itself as a tourist destination, beautiful Mediterranean beaches, rich history, and affordable luxury. But behind the tourism facade, black bodies, whether migrants or tourists, are being treated as disposable. Mika, when she tried to get help from the hotel staff, they denied her. They said that this didn't happen, the same way that authorities deny what's happening to migrants. Last thing we want to do is discourage you all from visiting any place, especially other black countries. But this is bigger than travel recommendations. This is about a system of anti-black violence being enabled by state actors and the rest of the world looking away because migrant agreements are more important than black lives. So here's our recommendation. If you're planning to travel to Tunisia, don't. You know someone who's there, tell them to leave. And if you're working with a travel agency that's still encouraging you to visit Tunisia, ask them why are they putting black lives at risk. And that's our story from this week, y'all.
We're happy that Mika and Queen both have made it home safely. Travel informed, travel safely, and we'll catch y'all next Friday. Have a good one.
If y'all haven't seen it, it's a lady that went to Africa, okay, and she got kidnapped, okay, but she did get away. But her face looked like she has been in a ring with Mike Tyson. God bless her heart, because I'm glad she's okay, okay. But I want to talk about people want to go and take these trips out of town, out of country. It's just, you have to be careful, okay? You always hear stories like this, but her story has a good ending because she's still alive. But a lot of people's stories don't. And when you are out of the country like that, it's hard to get answers because they all stick together. It had a story with a couple went out the country, and both of these people were they were unalive, and their insides was took out. Okay, so well, they hadn't stole whatever, no plan. They family never got answers, and this was years ago. So it's always no answers because you way somewhere else and you're from, somewhere else. So be careful. I know we want those luxury, beautiful vacations, that blue water, but it's not always safe. You know what I'm saying? And this lady is not getting no answers. This happened in Africa. If y'all haven't seen it, I'm going to put the story in my
This is all I
repost.
got from this video. For the person that was saying all that was shining and all that was, it is all that glitters is not gold. I know sometimes when you're making video, you forget some things. Yeah, so back to the video. I got so much goosebumps trying to talk about this because anything that got to do with life is something, I don't take lightly. And this particular one, I am very much invested. And shout out to that beautiful sister who actually went to Tunisia embassy to ask questions, because there is need to ask questions. I love her so much. She's always on the lookout for my people. Shout out to you, sis. You know why I am dumbfounded? I am dumbfounded because, you see, matter of life and death. And thank God that the universe gave her life again. Because this story would have been story of people saying whatever they want. My mom, when she was alive, she always tell me, make sure you are alive to tell your story. Because if you are no more, nobody will tell your story. And they can tell whatever they want. So it is their narrative, not your own story. And I am grateful that she is very much alive to tell her story. I have a very weird feeling in, you see all these countries that you see someone that is the other color and black people. I have mixed feelings about them, and it's nothing new. You and I know that. Some countries, that the Arab countries and all that, I have problems. I have a very huge problem going there. Irrespective that we can say they are African and all that, they are weird. Now let me tell you what happened from the story she narrated. The truth is that they wanted to traffic her. That is what they wanted. They actually kidnapped her from the story she told. And it was them. They will go to your room and remove some things, and you are going back and forth with them. So maybe that back and forth, you probably may have sniffed in something. So yeah, they probably may have sprayed something or put something somewhere that she inhaled, and she blanked out. And they took her. And the universe said it is not time for her to go. When I went to Burkina Faso, I have been to Burkina Faso, and nobody knew I was a visitor because we are all the same. We all blend, right? Nobody would want to probably try to suffocate you or kidnap you because they feel like you are part of them, you are one of them. But they know visitors because they check you in. And then when you start speaking, they start acting dumb. They refuse to show her the video of what happened before she came back, but they only showed her the one that happened when she came back. They know what they are doing, and they did not expect to see her back. You know? So whatever they might have happened was what she probably, what they, all these people, they may have sprayed something that she inhaled and passed out. Nah, this is not okay. This is not okay. And will you add now? Nobody should ever try to go there. All these Arab countries. I told you guys sometime that if I had known what I know now, I would not have. I have been to Dubai years back when I was still a baby. I was very pretty young. But if you were now, if you had given me ticket to Dubai, I would reject it. I would not go. I have my reason. The more you're growing, the more you are learning, there are some people you do not want to associate with, no matter what comes out of it. Dubai is another country that I will never visit. Slavery and all that, human, number one, trafficking and all that, displacing people, number one, all the bad things, they are number one. And then they will come out, they say prayerful, forget about it. So all I can say is to my people, please be very careful. And nobody should think of blaming the woman because people go on vacation. And thank God she's alive to tell her story, because being a woman alone, it's another thing on its own. Because what you would have heard is that maybe she went to see somebody, or maybe it was a man she went to look for. Thank God you heard it. She has children. She only went on vacation with her friend. And she said she is not the club type. And also she came back home. Thank God for saving her. Please, everyone, be careful out there. It's really so sad that everybody is after just one people. Everybody is after one people. But our ancestor never sleep. Bye for now.